Hello friend, this is the first week of June and I'm going to be showing you a little tour of my garden I have going today. Let's start off with our little cherry tomato plants that we have right here. We have a lot of yummy juicy little cherry tomatoes here for our eating and not having to go to the supermarket to spend like $8 for like a little handful of cherry tomatoes. We have some cucumbers over here on this little plant. Let's start off with this little baby cucumber. That's what they looking like when they're really small, and then they actually get a little bit bigger as I can find some in there. There's a bigger one there and bigger one even right there. So that's what you have to look forward to on the cucumber. Over here we have a couple zucchini plants. Here's one just newly planted recently, and here's one that's already got blooms on it, so we can't wait for some more zucchini. And the plant behind it is a melon plant, so it's hopefully in about 2 months we'll have some big yummy melons. This is a tomato plant. It's like a Roma tomato plant. It's got a few on there. Not doing too well this season, but it's doing okay though. Here's my interesting little cherry tomato plant. This one has interesting kind of look to them. They have like a purple top and a green bottom until they're actually ripe. And once they turn ripe, they look almost like a regular tomato plant. Like here's what it looks like, if I can see that right there. A little more like red ones. There's another one down there. So that's interesting. They're really juicy though, really yummy. This is my lilikoi, or my passion fruit plant. We have a ton of fruit on this plant right now. It's just going crazy, and they're bigger than they were last year. So we have, look at all these yummy lilikoi plants. So tasty, and they come out green. Once they turn yellow, they'll drop off the vine, and then you let them ripen on the counter for about 3 or 4 days, and they're just perfect to eat. Eaten right out of the shell. It is so that delicious. Here's a little eggplant. They're pretty tasty eggplants. We have them every once in a while. We have a little dill plant here for making my dill pickles from my cucumbers. We have some thyme and some sage down here, and here's some Mexican style basil. Here is a tomato plant here, which has some like oddball shaped tomatoes. I'm not sure what brand those are, but they're interesting shapes and they do taste good. Here is another eggplant. Got a lot of eggplant going this year. And let's see, this here is a super hot pepper plant. I only have a couple peppers on it yet. This is a Carolina Reaper plant, so it's going to be really hot. I have a plant here that's pretty unique. I haven't seen one of these before, but this is a bay leaf plant. So it's a bay plant, pretty neat. Some strawberries. I have some new yummy looking tomatoes here that I got to make sure that I cover them up because they're starting to turn red and I don't want the birds to get them. I have some more cherry tomato plants here with lots of little cherry tomatoes on them. I'm looking forward to this pepper plant. This is a purple pepper plant. The flowers are even purple instead of white like most pepper plants, and the peppers are going to be dark purple when they get ripe, so I can't wait to see those. Here's a what we call a wing bean plant. It's going crazy. However, it's not producing that many beans, but what they do look like, they look kind of like that. They have they actually have wings on them, so that's why they call them wing beans. But these ones got too big, so when they get that big, they get really stringy and they're kind of tough to chew. So you have to pick them when they're about half that size, and boy, are they delicious when you get them like that. So here is a super hot pepper right here. This one right here, that is a scorpion pepper. That's going to be too hot to eat by itself, so we're going to have to mix it with something. Otherwise, I will be eternally burning from the inside out. There's some cayenne peppers. This is a jalapeno pepper. We just got some nice beautiful flowers here. This is my regular bean plant right here. This has lots of beans on it. We've been picking those a lot lately and eating a lot of beans. And we have like 2 or 3 pounds every time I pick them, so it's just a lot of beans to eat. So we're really having a good time with those. That's a Hawaiian chili pepper plant. We've got some onions, some oregano, basil. This is a nice looking plant. This is a orange habanero plant, and look how beautiful those peppers are. They're just gorgeous, and they're very hot. And here's another Mexican oregano. And this here is more eggplants. I just started from seeds a few weeks ago, and they're doing really well. Another jalapeno plant right there with some nice looking peppers on it. Got some lettuce, some in the back there we have some rosemary. I got some bunching onions right there to add to dishes. Over here we have the turnip greens, and over here I have some bok choy. We had some bok choy for dinner the other night. Just sauteed it up, and it was so good. Got some lettuce over here, and one more thing I want to show you, folks, is over on the other side of the yard I planted a sunflower garden, and it's coming along great. It's only been like a month and a half since I planted them, and you can see how big they are already. It's just amazing how prolific these things are. There's over 100 plants in this bed, although I only have one actual bloom so far. But this is the first one that bloomed yesterday. I think yesterday morning it bloomed. And isn't that just a beautiful, beautiful sunflower? So I can't wait till this whole thing is filled with sunflowers. Because what a beautiful sight it would be up against the mountains and the beautiful yellow tree that's across the street from our house. It's just gorgeous. Anyway, that's a tour of my garden for today. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.